Hey, what is up, guys? Ivan here with GetIvan.com, and I'd like to welcome you to my video overview on the 2019 SEO strategy. Subtopic, homepage, on-page, SEO plus CRO template. So, if you caught that, I commend you. So, starting from the top, at every page of the site and going down the homepage, you will be trying to follow these best practices. These elements are essentially what we see on high quality, high converting websites oftentimes. So we've got in the upper right header a large clickable phone number or a call to action. So that's pretty common. It's not an absolute. It's really more optional, but if you have a really tight conversion model, then this is ideal. That way there's a major call to action in the header. So and headers on every page of the website. So on every page of the website, you've got a very general major call to action everywhere. It's something I'm working on my site, and we'll take a look at my site shortly and use that as an example. Then you're going to the first thing that everyone should see is what the company does in as few words as possible. So when someone lands on your homepage, they're wondering, what am I doing here, right? What's this website about? And so there's a formula that is who we are, what we do, and who we do it for. I prefer to simplify it to what we do and who we do it for. And you can simplify it as low as what we do, But it's hard to do all three of those, but I've seen it done. It just depends. The reason we do who we are in the full formula is it's kind of the first step to, an introduction. Hi, my name is Ivan. I'm an SEO consultant. I help small businesses, that kind of a thing. So it's really the same premise. It's an introduction. And in this case, my recommendation is you simplify it to a sentence or a short phrase. So for me, it's online marketing help for every business. And we'll talk about that in a bit. So video, then after that, you're going to have an introduction video or and a contact form, or a video and a call to action. And there are varieties of things you can do here. You can do an image, you can do a slideshow, you can do a contact form just by itself. You can simply have a call to action. There's all kinds of things you can do. I think the most commonly, high quality form of whatever you would call this here, this synopsis plus call to action, I suppose you could say, is going to be the video and a button, basically. Then from there, below that area, you're going to have a banner of social proof. That's pretty common, as seen on TV or companies we've worked with, and they'll have logos of major companies or logos of major news stations that they've been featured on or whatever. And that's all above the fold. So the fold is about the top 30% of a page. So the bottom 70% is other kinds of content. The fold is the area that is on screen before someone starts to scroll, basically. And that's a very significant section because that section of the website typically has the highest level of engagement. Okay. So I said top 70% of a page is viewable. It's actually top 30%. I don't know why I put that there. Unless I'm confused about ratios. Okay, so services we offer. After that, as seen on TV kind of section, that social proof banner, then there's really some options in terms of your sales process and how you're leading people down the page, but you can do services we offer or an about us summary. And let's go over to my site here, and I'll pull this list up on my phone. That way I can kind of keep track of it, and you can take a look at the on page for this little template here to follow along with me. But let's go ahead and go to getivan.com, take a look at what I have there so far. So immediately you will notice there are some things that I don't have. It's not completely, laid out based on my own template even yet, but I'm okay with how it is for now. So immediately there's not a number or a call to action. And so in the future, what I probably will do is have a special offer over here on the right, such and such price for such and such package. And one of the reasons I haven't set that yet is because of my own business infrastructure, just trying to refine, what is the singular thing that I want to scale about the SEO services that I've been doing over the years. Because I provided all kinds of services and tried to be flexible based on client demand. But the more business I do, the more I realize how important scalability is. No significantly successful business is capable of a higher level of income without scalability. You can scale through labor, you can scale through digital infrastructure, and there are pros and cons to whatever approach you're taking. And so I'm looking more at moving away from custom services and into scaled products, static products, SEO audit guides, SEO consultation packages that are pre-built for various niches, right? Keyword research that's pre-built for various niches, and so on and so forth. So in the future, I'll probably have a button here that says, SEO audit or SEO guide plus keyword research for, X price. And so, bam, it'll be a red button. The header is something I want to make mention of. I try to make sure that the header that I've created is matching, and vice versa, the sales copy of the homepage. So there is a sales process. You're landing on the homepage. You're learning about what the company does and who they do it for, right? And then from that point, you learn about you break the sales process down into chunks. So this is who we are, and I've kind of combined it here: who we are, who we do it for, perhaps, and then I've got social proof here in the testimonials section, and then I've got a call to action, and then I've got some free content. So my process is a little shorter, but you can pick and choose. You can put in what you want to put in. The point is letting you guys know about the best practice, the fullness of the model, I guess you could say, at least as far as what seems to be good to me right now. And that may improve, that may be optimized and reduced in the future, or it may be expanded on. So we'll have to see over time. But so the video plus the contact form. So I'm missing that section. What I just did is I went immediately into about Ivan, services, reputation, packages, and then you can click here to learn more. So in the not too distant future, I will add a video right here introducing, hey, I'm Ivan, here's what I do, who I do it for, etc. And I don't have a banner of social proof. Instead, I went straight to testimonials from successful business owners that I've consulted. And that's not above the fold. I would say the fold is probably the fold probably ends here for me. So a big part of it is my brand, and it'll be this, and then a video in the future, hopefully. And people will probably get used to doing this number here, so it'll typically be this, and then just the video, really, and then maybe they'll be able to see a call to action within that fold region. So features and benefits of services we offer. So this is a sort of specialization, and you could do it above or below. I mean, positioning is all relative to your preference, but the point here, and I put that this is optional because if you're specializing, it makes a lot of sense. But if you're offering a lot of products, it's, you don't necessarily have to do that. But in the future, when I refine my own process down to some very specific static scalable packages, I definitely want to outline the features and the benefits of the services that I offer to the specific audience who's purchasing my packages, which is going to be local e-commerce and commercial businesses around the United States kind of things. It's kind of hard to express that, because I have a variety of clients, different capacities. So that's why I put for every business. So it might be something where I could express for every business that needs such and such and such, down in the specialization section, right? So then at this point, I put testimonials. And so obviously I have testimonials a little higher. My strategy here in this situation was to say, here's who we are and who we do it for. You need some proof that we've done that. Here's some testimonials immediately. So I'm immediately kind of cutting to the chase, right? And so this would be an area where I could improve. I'm a little broad right now, but I could improve by saying, this is specifically what I do. So I could add a features and benefits of services section, really outlining more of what I want people to know. This is what I'm about. But right now I went immediately to the social proof, and then followed by the social proof, I kind of combined the services that I perform and with the prices section that follows in my template here. So they can kind of see what I focus on, and then they can click here for prices and see the full spectrum. So it's a little bit of a hybrid, but the necessary elements are on page, and they're still organized. So you can be flexible. I don't want anyone to feel like they're going to have a hard time organizing it in this way. This is just the sort of boilerplate sales process. Hi, my name is Ivan. I'm an SEO consultant for small local businesses or whatever, and I specialize in SEO audits and SEO keyword research. So that would be the features and benefits. Here's some testimonials my customers have written on public social proof platforms. So I had no control over the kinds of things that they said. That's what they put, and those are real testimonials kind of thing. Here are some of my prices if you're interested. And if you want some free content or free advice, I also offer that in my blog section. So that's kind of if you're imagining it, if you're picturing it as actually meeting another person and trying to sell them something, that's sort of the process that we're putting on paper on the website. So it may even be a little different depending on the niche that you're in. If the niche is specialty for some reason or another, you may be able to reduce the quantity of information. You may be able you may even have a special approach with special kinds of information that you feel like you need to feature. So, but I want you guys to think about this template, because I think that this covers important bases. So yeah, after testimonials, you got the prices section with a call to action. So for me, it was simply click here for prices. That's very simple. That's what I did on all these sections. Call to action for every subsection on this page. And then you can optionally put what I described here as a free content section. So you can put something like sign up for this special offer, or click here to download this, that, or this, or as I did here, free marketing tips. And then I kind of showcased my blog here. And in the future, I'm going to do some blog posts on all of these things that I'm mentioning. I may even change them out. Excuse me. And then a call to action to check out the blog. The blog has some interesting content, and I'll have some unique things in the future also that are not going to be featured in, as in the products or prices sections. So, and then I made a final note here to make sure to place links to legal pages, locations, addresses, phone numbers, and sitemaps in your footer or in a widget that's on every page. So you can do a widget if you have a widget in a sidebar. I've had some sites where I've done that because of the structure of the sites, but you can also just do it in the footer, as I've done here. Link to most places, most things, that are in the header. And then, I think this logo is not clickable. There's no link to the home page down here, but that's fine because it's up here. And I didn't put my address or my phone number here, but I put it in the contact section. And that's mainly because it's reciprocal to other places I'm putting my address in, and especially to Google Maps. So Google really likes to be able to verify a business's location, to legitimize that this is a business that is trying to be sincere and not play games and game the system and what have you. So it's always good to, obviously, if you're running a bunch of different blogs, then this may not be something that you feel comfortable doing if you want to have the same address for multiple brands. It just depends, but how do I put this? I kind of operate in there's a lot of things that I don't put my address for, but they're under the auspice of my LLC, which is Get Ivan LLC. And so that's kind of how I do things. But if you're just a business owner with a focus on one primary business, if you have a legitimate location and a mailing address, so on and so forth, it's a good idea to put it on your contact page. There may even be a legal requirement to do that. I don't recall. I know that that's a requirement for email marketing purposes, so it's something to keep in mind. I put my phone number there too. That you don't have to put a phone number. I might even remove mine in the future if I get more and more calls. I already get enough spam as is, so you do want to be kind of careful what you put on page because it can be scraped, So anyways, I put that in the contact section, and then a sitemap. And so this has to do with you need to get yourself a Google XML sitemap plugin if you're on WordPress. And as you can see down here, it's /sitemap.xml. So the sitemap is just a way for Google to read your page easier when it does indexing, and it appears on every page since it's in the footer. And so this is an important part of getting quick indexes. So you definitely want that. That's an important thing. And then I've got some legal stuff here: privacy policy, terms of service, cookie policy. And you are welcome to use these templates. Just make sure that you go in and remove all of my brand name and my links to my site and things like that, because these are basically generic templates that can work for any business. So that is pretty much it. Let's join me in the next video. We're gonna talk about local SEO additions to this template. again, just to summarize, when crafting your homepage, you want to think about sales process, what you do and who you do it for. And your header needs to reflect the on-page, the header, and you want to lead them down a process to making a decision, right? You introduce yourself, show that you've done legitimate business or that people appreciate what you're providing, talk about the features and benefits of the things that you're trying to sell. And, you may not be explicitly selling a product, but you're always selling something, whether it's, you're always trying to get someone to take some sort of action. That's why you have a website. So in every copy that you lay out on your site, you need to think about what you're trying to get the end user to do. And so there should always be some sort of sales process on every page and some sort of call to action for every chunk of information that you're putting on the page, right? So that's pretty much it. I'm sure that makes sense by now. Appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks. Bye-bye.